Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about the brand new October community update for Space Marine 2 that came out around 6 minutes ago. So it is quite fresh, and this one is for the upcoming patch 11.0. Now, first up, he says, "Hello, Space Marines. With Halloween creeping closer and update 11.0 just weeks away, it's the perfect time to mix the two. So here are a few treats from the game to sink your teeth into. Something terrifying is coming. In the latest community update, we gave you a sneak peek of the upcoming new PvE map and told you it would have a new boss fight. Today, we want to announce that this new boss fight is a Tyranid Prime." Now, we already knew this from the public test server, but that's still funny they're putting this in the community post here. They also say, "Except there's a twist. There's two of them. You're welcome. It is a formidable enemy, a winged Tyranid leader beast, the apex of the Tyranid warrior strain. Its heavy-bladed limbs can slice through the toughest targets, so make sure you're ready. You will meet this foe on Reclamation, the new operation map coming with patch 11.0, which is off-planet. Your mission, infiltrate the captured ship and destroy it. Along with the new map and boss fight, new battlefield conditions will be implemented to the stratagems mode with new weapon variants and armor pieces. Patch 11.0 Reclamation update is planned for the end of November. Stay tuned for the precise release date." So you can probably expect like November 20 plus for this update to actually come out. Now, Reclamation is already playable on the public test servers. A ton of footage on my channel and others of this gameplay. Really cool map. I hope the boss fight is good because it will make or break the actual like map operation, how good it is compared to the other Tyranid ops. But can it really get worse than the Termination finale? I don't think so. But here they also say upcoming DLCs. Reclamation update comes with 2 cosmetic DLCs, the Blood Angel Champion pack and the Salamander's cosmetic pack. The Blood Angels Champion is quite special this time as it is directly inspired by the Blood Angels Captain miniature. This skin also comes with an optional jump pack variant for Assault for you Sanguinary Guard fans. We hope you like it. Now, I think it's actually a really cool thing they did here because previously all champion packs were permalocked to one class basically, where you get the champion pack and then be able to swap the pieces. But this one actually gets an entirely new jump pack just for Sanguinary Guard fans. So that's pretty interesting. Now, I also want to note that they did already say that all of these pieces will be paintable and recolorable. So if you want to recolor your Sanguinary Guard here, like as you can see with the new Captain miniature, you can definitely do that. And this is also the new Chainsword skin that's coming with this as well. It says, along with that, these Salamanders return the cosmetic pack this time, including 5 armor pieces, 4 successor chapters, and various decals. Have a closer look at it. This is the Salamanders cosmetic pack here. Now, a lot of people don't actually like this new helmet here. They think this thing looks terrible with the mouth, like a handsome Squidward looking guy. But either way, I like most of the armor pieces. The new torch is like the standout here. This armor piece looks quite cool. The shoulders are pretty interesting as well. Unfortunately, we did not get a new chest piece with this cosmetic DLC, which is kind of lame, but like maybe one day we'll get that in the future. But there's a little bit more in the actual pack here, but I kind of doubt it. And as far as these Salamander successor chapters go, you get Dark Krakens, Dragon Spears, Black Vipers, and the Covenant of Fire. Black Vipers and Dark Krakens being my personal favorite, and you can see them closer here. Now, for the results of the event, they say this month you were missioned to collectively annihilate 400,000 Mutilith Vortex Beasts, and you made it. More than 400,000 Vortex Beasts were taken down the span of 2 weeks. You've truly outdone yourself this time, Space Marines. You make the Emperor proud. The reward for completing this task with such diligence is the Infiltrator helmet for the Vanguard class and Sniper classes. We hope you'll make good use of it. So this is a primarily Phobos only armor piece, or it's like literally only a Phobos armor piece. Now, on the note of armor customization, I do want to say that Saber Interactive is making a push towards moving certain cosmetics that are only on Phobos onto other classes. So things like the Wolf Pauldron will be coming to like Mark X Tacticus and the Tactical class and stuff like that. Just keep that in mind. Next up, they talk about the public test server here. They say the public test server is still up. If you want to experience patch 11.0 before everyone else and you're playing on Steam, we've got good news for you. Until November 4th, try out the new PvE map, new heroic weapons, new equipment, Sanctified Wrath. This new equipment actually kind of sucks. I'll make a separate video on this at some point, but hopefully they buff it for the official patch. But here they also say Chaos armor pieces swap in PvP and more via the public test server. So like as you can see, this is the newly swapped Chaos customization. I did make a video about this the other day, and it's a pretty neat thing. Unfortunately, all Chaos skins are locked to the PvP forever on account of Games Workshop just telling them that you're not allowed to have the things on here at all, which is kind of lame. Now, next they say, here's an easy tutorial how to access it, and here are the patch notes. So they'll say, please note that the cosmetics DLCs can't be equipped if you don't own the season pass, and Reclamation's boss fight is not available either. Also, the PTS runs a completely separate game version. It does not carry over your previous progression in the game. Instead, it provides all players the default maxed out levels and weapons, which is pretty standard for like all PTSs they've done. Now, next they say here that, I know this is mostly PTS stuff, so we'll skip over this. They say, results of the community vote. We were eager to know which PvE operation was your favorite, and with 265 votes, decapitation is your favorite operation so far. Doing this kind of vote really helps us know what you prefer. Thanks again for your participation. 265 votes. Okay, nobody voted in this fucking poll they put out. Okay, maybe we should make an actual community poll on like the Discord or something, like the official Space Marine 2 Discord. I feel like that would actually get more votes than 265 for like the winning one. But either way, kind of like, I think decapitation is one of the best missions of this entire game. That and termination, but decap has one of the best boss fights, and the fact that it was out at launch, this one was probably the best mission on launch by far. And most of the other missions don't have a very good boss fights for like the Nebula Vortex. So pretty great here. Next they say Ultima Edition giveaway. To celebrate Halloween together, we're offering 2 Ultima limited editions. This gorgeous bundle contains the base game as an exclusive steelbook, and the Season Pass 1 and Season Pass 2, and Macrog's Chosen DLC. So this is like the new collector's edition that they released recently. I don't really care for collector's editions in games that much at all anymore. The only collector's edition I ever bought for a game was the Resident Evil 5 collector's edition and the Arkham City one for the Batman statue. But like, if you're a big fan of these, here's a closer look. You do get the Season 1 and 2 pass. The original collector's edition only gave you the Season 1 pass. So if that interests you, you can definitely pick this up. And the steel booklet does look pretty nice, but I really don't care for any of these. And I'm on PC, so I just bought this game digitally. But if you're like on console and want to buy this one for PS5 or Xbox, you definitely can pick those up this way. Now they say down here, Q&A addressing a selection of ideas from Focus Together. On Focus Together, you have been submitting ideas for the game since launch. Today we want to address some of the latest and most discussed ideas and bring an answer to them with insights from game director Dmitry Grigorenko. Hope I'm saying that correctly. They say for each question, you may find the title of the idea with a hyperlink, a subtitle summarizing it, and then our answer. There are more questions we did answer, so don't hesitate to check Focus Together for a complete overview. Now, first they say remove stratagem currency, remove accolades, or make accolades tradable with requisition points so they can be farmed. This is a really... Okay, I'm curious what they had to say here. Say, currently, removing accolades or making them possible trade requisition points is not planned. However, as we stated in September community update, we will implement different ways to earn accolades in the future. Yeah, this is like a really... I'm going to be real. This is a dumb statement from this person. Remove the accolades. This is what keeps people playing the game. Like, people want some kind of grind. They're never going to remove accolades. I'm surprised. Like, this is a very corporate response, but like, they probably thought this comment was stupid. I'm gonna be real. Next they say allow all classes to use the Space Wolf champion for shoulder pads, have less class restrictions for which class can use the Space Wolf champion's shoulder pads. The reason behind locking the Space Wolf shoulder pads is because Phobos armor parts cannot be used on Tacticus or Gravis armor. Lore reasons, plus it simply doesn't fit. What you are asking actually implies creating a new shoulder pad for Tacticus and Gravis armor sets. We are going to do that for the most popular champion parts, and the Space Wolf shoulder pad is one of those. So this is what we talked about earlier with like the whole Phobos thing. Phobos is the light armor set of Primaris Marines, and for that reason, you'd have to make a whole new shoulder pad for Tacticus, which is on the Assault, Bulwark, and the Tactical, and Gravis, which is the heavy armor set, which is why they're going to make whole new shoulder pads for those. Next up, they say Power Axe for Tactical and Space Wolf's Cosmetic for Tactical. We are thinking of something cooler and more complex than that. Oh, that makes me wonder what they're going to add in. Maybe like the Power Sword and the Power Axe, or like some brand new ideas. That's an interesting statement here. They say add the Mark 7 without laurels. Yes, we're planning to add the laurelless version of the helmet in an upcoming update. This is already in the PTS. It should cost like 200 accolades, I believe. It's all unlocked on the PTS, so I can't actually check like the proper prices, but I assume they'll all be the same. Then they say training sim / arena, add some kind of training simulator / shooting range to the battle barge. They said, yes, we're planning to expand the battle barge in this way. So there will be an actual testing arena. Currently, you cannot test anything in Space Marine 2 outside of like a testing arena mod made by Hypex. I'll actually put a link to that down in the description. Really nice guy, and he's helped a ton with the Space Marine 2 community in making the testing arena for it, and even added in the new equipment piece that's in the PTS to it recently. So really nice of him to do that. He also says, they also say each month we try our best to address the trendiest and most upvoted ideas on Focus Together. But as you may have seen yourselves, there are now more than 10k ideas. Therefore, we need time to consider all suggestions, discuss them, and eventually bring an answer. future. And they say that is it for this month. If you want to keep yourselves updated on the latest news on Space Marine 2, join our Discord server right here and become a member of Focus Together. You can also follow Focus Entertainment and our socials. Thank you from Focus and Saber. So these questions are pretty interesting. It's really nice to see that they're going to have a training sim arena. I didn't actually know about this up until this point. I did read this one earlier, and as far as removing stratagem currency goes, they're never going to remove accolades. Like accolades, this whole like stratagem thing, like weeklies and dailies, there's a reason like MMOs have been implementing this for years, and it's because it works. It keeps people coming back. I think the bigger issue here is that maybe some of the rewards for accolades are not properly implemented. So like the hard stratagems don't give enough currently, in my opinion. Like 5 more accolade points for like what comes out to be like a multi-times more difficult mission compared to the normal stratagems. Not very good for the game, but like they said, they're going to give you more options to actually get accolades, and I assume siege mode will also be one of those options eventually. Now, as far as the new mission is concerned, I think Reclamation is currently the best Tyranid operation in the game as far as like the aesthetic of it goes and the map layout. There are multiple winding paths that can actually occur in the Reclamation mission, even outside the boss fight. And as far as like how good this operation is going to be compared to all the other Tyranid ops, if the Winged Tyranid Prime boss fight is like an absolute banger, I think this will just be the best Tyranid operation in the game, and I am looking forward to playing this the most in the upcoming update. And the new heroic weapons are also quite good, and hopefully some of those get buffed, because half of them are really fun to use and the other half are pretty garbage. So hopefully they change a lot from the PTS. We'll probably talk about that in the future at some other point in time. Anyways, guys, that is all there is for the community update for October from Saber Interactive. Let me know what you think about the upcoming update in the comments below. How do you feel about Saber's current focus on the game mechanics and just like their overall balance of Space Marine 2? And are you excited for patch 11.0 in late November? And as always, thank you for watching. If you like content like this, subscribe for more, and take it easy. Bye.